but still, we got them transparent. All right, folks, Bob Brett here, Bobcat Outdoors. Hey, folks, today I've got another cat cleaning video coming to you. I've got a couple of shell crackers, and I got a couple blue cat, or I got one blue cat and one channel cat in the cooler that I'm going to demonstrate to you today on how to fillet. These are from my good buddy Jason Lancaster at church. He's been asking me for some fish for a while now, and I went out and caught him a couple yesterday. Since the flow has been very minimal and the big cats have spawned early this year, we've been catching a bunch of teener size catfish. So it's a good opportunity to keep some fish to eat. And like I've said in previous videos, guys, I don't recommend keeping anything over 10-15 pounds. Number one, they don't taste good. Number two, they're breeders. Let those big ones go back and make little catfish. So the future of catfishing, we'll have plenty of catfish to eat and for sport. So thanks for watching, guys, and stick around. Now, the first thing we're going to do, guys, is I've got a big old bowl right here that I'm going to fill up with some ice water so that I can take my fillets once I fillet them and put them down in this ice water to keep them nice and fresh and make sure no bacteria has time to form on the fillets. So I'm going to fill my bowl with ice water and get started. Guys, I'm going to start with Mr. Channel Cat here. Gonna find the rib cage, which is right there. Wet my blade. I'm going to come back here and press down and find where that rib cage starts. I'm going to go all the way down to the backbone and then turn my knife blade and run it along his backbone. So you feel that backbone, then you want to turn your knife sideways and just, I'm going to peel it right off of the fish right here. We're all the way down to the backbone, and we even stayed out of that cavity right there, the rib cage. If you cut up in there, you'll see there's rib cage. Now I'm going to put this fish over here, and then I'm going to go ahead and take the skin off my fillet, and I'm just going to, on these large fillets like this, I'm going to start in the middle and fillet out, and then turn it around and start in the middle and fillet out. So I'm going to start with my smallest portion. Good idea to keep your blade wet. I'm going to go all the way down, and I'm going to turn my knife. And I am losing a little bit of meat on the fillet because I'm trying to get rid of some of this red muscle meat. This is the part of fish that everybody says tastes fishy and they don't like it. So I'll show you how to clean that up in just a minute. I'll put that fillet right here, and I'm going to spin my fillet around and get the skin out. Flatten it out. Wet my blade again. I'm going to float my knife just above the skin, leaving a little bit of that flesh on there because that's where all that red muscle meat is at. And I'm going to put my scraps in a bucket, and I'm going to show you how to get that red out of there. You just take your knife and you turn it sideways and you just skim it. And there's that red meat right there. We'll discard that. Now there's going to be a little bit in the right here in the middle too. And you can take that out too if you want to, simply by doing a little bit of a V cut like this. You get that lateral line out of there, and then it just peels right out of there. And just to make it easier to fry, I'll cut these two fillets in half right here. Discard that. Now we've got two fillets of meat, and we'll drop them down in the water right here. Clean it up a little bit, and there we go, guys. Two beautiful catfish fillets. I'm going to clean up a little bit of this red muscle meat. Just going to take my knife, and I'm not going very deep. Maybe a 1/16 of an inch. I'm filleting that red muscle meat off there so it tastes better. If you don't mind the fishy taste, then skip this step. Some people don't, some people do. It ain't bad for you, it just tastes a little funky. Same thing here for frying. I'm gonna take and cut this fillet in half. and make it easier to fry. Clean up this fillet. Here we go, guys. Get one more fillet off old Mr. Channel Cat. Let me show you what I got going on here on my old cedar cutting board. You see that knot hole? That's a natural knot hole. And what I do is I take these cats and I stick their fin down in that hole so the fillet will lay flat out on my board. So I'll take this guy right here and I'll stick his pectoral fin down in that hole, and then I can make my I'll make my cut down through here, turn my blade. That's all there is to it, guys. Now I just peel my fillet off, and all the way down to the rib cage right there. I'll take this carcass and put it in the bucket and dispose of it. We'll clean this fillet up a little bit. These fish have been sitting on ice all night, and that's all right as long as you got them covered in ice. You're not going to introduce any kind of bacteria or anything with them fish sitting on ice. All right, let's start in the middle. Go down to the skin, turn my knife, float it along. Boom, there we go. Turn it around. Whoop, slippery. Just floating that knife just along the skin, leaving behind that red muscle meat. Throw that away. And got a little bit of red right here, a little muscle meat. Just take your knife and your electric knife and skim it along top, or a good sharp fillet knife, you can do the same thing. This just makes it a whole lot easier when you got a electric knife. I'll split that fillet. There we go, one fillet. Two fillet, them will go good with them shellcracker I got in there, guys. I think I got one more in here, don't I? Yep, I missed one. This one got a little bit of rib meat left in him too. So we'll get right underneath them rib cages, fillet them ribs out. Make sure we got them all with your fingertips. Start right here. Beautiful fillet. We'll clean that one up a little bit. Flip it around. Get the rest of that meat off of there. Now listen, there's a million ways to fillet a catfish, and everybody will argue about how to clean a catfish, cut them whole, whatever. But this is just the way I do it. You don't have to do it, but this is just, after eating and filleting catfish for years and years, this is just how I recommend doing it. I'm gonna cut that bloodline out of there. Red meat and that bloodline, throw it away. Couple good loins. Then I'm gonna split this one probably in the top loin and the bottom loin. I'll do it from this side so you can see. You see that red line? That's the mud line, or the bloodline. I'm just gonna cut down through here, and there we got one chunk. I'll probably cut that up into smaller nuggets for Mr. Lancaster. And then same thing over here. I'm gonna fillet this bloodline out of here. If you do this, you'll get better taste than catfish fillets. A lot of people who eat catfish say they don't like the taste of catfish. Well, it's not the catfish, it's that bloodline in there. If you get that out of the fish, you can add salt to your water to help draw the blood out, all kinds of stuff. But bottom line is, if you get that red meat out of there, you'll have better taste than catfish fillets. I want you to look at the size of that red ear. That is a massive shellcracker. With these small fish like bluegill and shellcracker, see, I'm going all the way up into here and getting a little bit, getting that head meat. And once you hit that backbone, you want to stop and then turn your blade, because you will take too much meat off. But you can see just how much meat I've got off that bluegill. Getting that bait, guys. Let me get my fork. I'm handling these little fish. Use a fork and get right in behind the rib cage. Turn your blade slightly upward, and all you got left is a little thin piece of meat. That's the rib cage right there. And then I can turn his tail, grab my fork, got one little rib hanging out there like a hair on a biscuit. There we go, guys. Beautiful little shellcracker fillet. Those will fry up fast and crispy. Grab my flesh, knife in behind the rib cage, scoop it out. There you go. Little rib cage right there. Turn my fillet, get my knife, got a liver right there. Boom. Finesse, guys, finesse. You got a beautiful little shellcracker fillet, and that's some delicious eating. We got one more old bully gill in here. Go in behind the, grab the gill plate, go in behind him, make a cut, stop, turn my blade, float right down that backbone. Boom, fillet off. There we go. Flip him over, open the gill plate, come in behind the pectoral fin with my knife. Get that head meat, turn the blade. It is time for a new set of blades, guys, but still, we got them transparent. We got all that meat off that shell or bluegill. You can see my hand through there. Let's clean our fillets up. Scoop the rib cage out. Oop, there it is. Rib cage gone. Turn our fillet around. Get our fork. Where you going, little guy? Come here. They'll run from you sometime. There we go. Beautiful little bluegill fillet. Ribs. Rib cage, gone. Turn our fillet. Fork. Beautiful, delicious little, oop, that didn't make it in the water. That's all right. I think we got them all, guys. I think we got them all. Clean these fillets up and check them for bones. Clean our workspace up. And for cleanup, I'll just use a regular old fillet knife like this. The little fat right there. Well, all right, guys, there you go. Another successful fishing trip and another catch and clean, basically, guys. Like I said, I don't keep fish very often, but every once in a while I get a craving for fish, or I get a friend who's asking for some fish, and man, this is the way to get it. Right now, like I said, the spawn is on. The big cats are out making little cats, so the best thing I can do is just to have fun fishing for the small cats and enjoying when these shellcrackers or red ear sunfish are bedding. It's a good time of year to chase them with the water temperatures in the 70s, in the high 70s. So guys, I want to thank y'all for watching this episode of Bobcat Outdoors. And if you haven't already, please click that subscribe button, like this video, and share it out, guys. I'd love to see my social media page continue to grow. So as always, guys, I hope you have a blessed day.